story is a version of Archangel I without the miracle jewel. This was when I just wanted to make Archangel I a story. What if your life was a lie, a sham to keep you from knowing the truth, to hide from you who you really are, or even more precisely, what you are? Many centuries ago, you were the chief and leader of angels. Your mission was to protect God's people from the dark forces at work between the veil, which is a place where all three worlds collide, and demons are free to walk amongst men, influencing them into committing evil. The demons have many faces, but none can stand against you, for you are divine, holy, and full of grace, something all demons fear. Your righteousness is used as a sword of the Spirit. You use holy words to exorcise demons day and night. As you are in the veil, you hear demons talking about a war in heaven. You realize you are needed and leave the veil. When you return to heaven, you find heaven is not the place you remember. Its beauty has been sapped, and now it is in darkness. You feel a chaotic power worse than anything you have previously felt. You look to see an angel in combat with a monster, which is unusual, considering the only ones who come through the portal to heaven from the veil are usually angels, who are pure and uncorrupted. You wonder how any creature without holiness could make it to heaven. Then you flap your wings and head to the battle. And with a few words, you command the monster to leave this place in a mighty voice which sounds like thunder. In addition to your holy voice, there is a flash of fire which blasts out of your mouth, thus binding the evil spirit, causing it to follow your will. This power is only an attribute of an archangel, who have the power to control the will of demons, but you think other angels should bear the same power. That's why angels without the rank of archangel didn't work in the veil. Instead, they work more closely to humanity, so their purpose is as guardian. But even though they don't have the authority to command the monsters, the power they have is far more fatal, which is to summon God. If one of the people they protected were in trouble, to be quite honest with you, demons seem to be in more trouble when the Lord gets involved. The creature is engulfed by holy fire and totally obliterated. Now, back to your story. The creature obeys your demand, so you follow it. It guides you back to where it entered heaven. Furthermore, the creature tries to leave, but it is knocked back 100 feet. You wonder why. If it came through the door, it cannot leave in the same way. So you touch the monster. Moreover, your eyes start to glow, and all of a sudden, the monster is turned to ash. You see what it saw as it entered heaven. The demon was disguised in the last bit of purity of an angel, who only wanted to rebel against God. Also, he was willing to give up his last bit of love to do so. This disfigured the angel. In addition, this angel transformed and became a monster. As to match the creatures which it brought into heaven, it became a beast, but not any beast. It became a dragon. The fact the door had been breached by the impure created darkness. Then the vision ends. You wonder what could make an angel want to rebel, and who was this mysterious angel. You turn to the other angel for answers, and he tells you that Raphael was on duty watching over the gate. He said his orders came directly from God. Shortly after, a red-eyed angel stepped through the entrance to heaven with the most unholiest of stenches. He used his power to knock me out. Furthermore, when I awoke, Raphael was gone. I saw the monster you saw on top of me. Its teeth were gnashing. In addition to that, it was close to my face, too close for comfort. Then light came from my hands and blasted the thing away. Not long after you arrived, Commander. You ask if he knows where Raphael is, but he says no. He says no, but however, he wore his amulet, which you know it has tracking powers. So you spin the dial on your amulet to a green emblem, which represents at Raphael. Then the jewel in the center glows bright blue, which means Raphael is not close. It dims the closer you get to the specified angel. You walk east and then the amulet starts to dim, so you know you are going in the right direction. All you can hear are screams of battle. Then all of a sudden you see lightning and hear a trumpet which sounds like it belongs to Raphael. So you keep going and eventually you reach the amulet, which is abandoned on the ground. This is unusual because an angel is to never take it off, and if it is taken off, the angel would lose power. For the amulet harnesses the power of the angel and multiplies it. You bend down and pick it up and notice an inscription, which could only have been put there by God for the letters. For the letter, well, okay, I can't read my own writing here. For the letters are ancient. Okay, that took a minute. Sorry. And the flames it says, Dear Michael, angels have broken rank and now rebel against the Father. You must give the jewels. You must gather the jewels from the 7 amulets of the archangels. The second can be found on the Mountain of Olives. Only then will you have the power to defeat Lucifer. Remove the jewel from Raphael's amulet, and it shall merge with your own. So you remove the jewel, and as it is removed, it floats and speedily strikes your amulet, knocking you back, and with a flash of light, the gems join together, which makes your amulet no longer blue, but half blue and half green. You feel a surge of energy, and all of a sudden, a yellow aura surrounds you, and you start to travel to the Mount of Olives. As you walk, you hear a voice saying, "Turn back, you won't win." You feel an eerie presence, and then your mission, and arrive. Oh, and then you persist on your mission, and arrive at the Mountain of Olives. There you find an amulet with a white jewel and pick the amulet up, knowing that the amulet comes from Gabriel. You remove the gemstone and it shoots into your chest at the amulet. Yeah, I said it right. What fuck? I'm just finger. Then there is a flash of yellow light once again, and all of a sudden, everything around you is dark. You start to. Let's see if. Okay. Feel yourself fading and your body changing. Everything around you grows blurry. All of a sudden, you feel as though you are no longer the holy angel you once were, and you find yourself in the veil. You look to see your hands aren't there at all. They are claws. You wonder what has happened, but you realize you are a monster, which is absurd. How could this be? You look into a puddle and to see you no longer have an angelic face. Your face has been transformed. Your skin is blue and your eyes are yellow with no iris or pupil. Your teeth are sharp and you feel a hunger, a dark hunger, but you know that you can't succumb to that hunger, especially because it's a hunger for souls of men. Yet you know that is not who you are. Then you see your body flying towards you, and fear engulfs every bone in your body. You are frozen stiff. You feel like it's all over. Your body speaks. Abaddon, your time is up. Hearken to my voice. You tremble, but there is no effect. You are still in control. You leap into the air, and without thinking, you scratch the skin of your body. And weirdly enough, the skin has writing. It says, "Water of Truth." That's when you realize what you say isn't real, and somehow Abaddon has changed your perception. You remember a song about the water of truth, which speaks of how an angel who faced Abaddon was to cry. The tears of an angel was the water of truth. You start thinking sad thoughts and hear your body scream, "No, you will undo all I have done." And suddenly a tear drops on your claw and your hand slowly changes. You feel yourself becoming an angel again, even though in reality you were never anything else. This world was just an illusion, and you are in the dark air. You are in the air looking at Abaddon. Then say, "In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I bind you." Then your amulet glows, and a bright white engulfs Abaddon and entraps the dark entity within. Where he was stood, you find two amulets. But how did Abaddon have them? You pick them up and do to the amulets as you have previously done. One of them is yellow and the other is orange. The same thing happens, and when you remove the gem, the only difference is the light is white, not yellow. You know the two amulets belong to Ramiel and Sarako, and only two amulets you need now belong to Uriel and Raguel. Your amulet is now multicolored. A horde of dark angels come your way with weapons ready to attack. You hear a voice tell you, "Hide." Your companion angels have been mind controlled. No harm is to come to them. You are not fallen, so you spin your amulet in the combination. Then you become invisible. In a combination, then you become invisible. And a flock of angels pass. Behind the flock is Gabriel, but he looks like he is controlled. But you can sense that the good is still in him. He lands right beside you and touches the amulet. Then your eyes glow and you see water. And look into it. The reflection you see is not yourself, but Gabriel, who is told of a baby who who is told a baby who will bring a baby who will bring miracles. He speaks to the Lord, and God tells him to go to Mary and tell her she is pregnant with a son. Then Gabriel flies to a place near Bethlehem and appears to a woman, saying, "Do not be afraid." Automatically, Mary drops to her knees. You tell her to stand and give her the information about her son. the Saviour, how she must travel with a man named Joseph, who will raise the boy for 9 months. You watch over Mary until she is ready to give birth. Then you guide the wise men, the kings, the shepherds, and the shepherds making signs God had sent noticeable. Okay, I wrote this years ago, or I don't know how long ago. I wrote it whenever The Evil Within came out, because I got a little book with it, and I just thought I would share that story. I don't know what people are going to think of it. I hope people like it. It's different. But this was the original. This was where I was going with Archangel I originally, rather than Archangel I Miracle Jewel. This is just a different version of the Archangel I, a different Archangel I story that I wrote years ago. Obviously, I'm going to finish off my Miracle Jewel one. And obviously, I'll probably finish this one off at some point, because that's all I've got to at the moment.